There are some questions in the release. I recommend no just to memorize the answers. But people hate this so much. It's a dry subject. You'll never understand what's going on here. So I went, did my research on it, and I tried to understand it, make it visual so you could see it, right? So it's better that way. First I used Mosby, and then I didn't like the way Mosby was. I found some mistakes or missing things. And then I went and I researched more to kind of complete the concepts, okay? So in Mosby, they started with some screening, how to screen things. So I'm not going to go into details with these right now. You'll have them in different areas, but I'm going to talk more about PSR, okay? So epidemiology, the study and distribution of determinants of the disease. So ways, in Mosby, we're talking more like about ways to screen patients, right? So if you've never heard of DMFS or DMFT, this is the conventional method of defining dental caries in a population. So it's used to measure the number of teeth or the number of tooth surfaces that are D, decayed, M, missing, or filled, F, okay? As a result of caries. So they're measuring how bad is caries in this population, okay? So DMFS, S is surfaces. DMFT for teeth. Different like indices. Which one do you think is more precise or detailed? Surfaces. You're looking more into. You're comparing now. You're counting surfaces, not just teeth, right? So DMFS is more precise. So you're seeing decayed, missing, filled teeth. In permanent dentition, we call it like this: capital letters, DMFT, DMFS. In primary teeth, it's lowercase. So E for missing is like extracted, okay? Due to caries. I mean, this is weird. This could be easily extracted too, right? But you know, they just like to make weird things. So just know the way it is. That's how it is. Okay. So I just looked at the sample just to kind of see how it works. Posterior teeth altogether are 16 times, for example, DMFS, 5 surfaces. So 16 times 5. And then you're going to get 80 surfaces. Anterior teeth, 12 times 4, because they don't count the incisor. You get this many surfaces. The total is 128 surfaces. They count how many surfaces are decayed, how many surfaces are missing, how many surfaces are filled. They put them in a total, and that's the DMFS. For DMFT, it's easier, because you're not counting each surface, you're counting teeth. Okay, so just know that this thing exists, and that it's evaluating caries in a population. The problem with it is that sometimes restorations or sealants, for example, are not due to caries. So that could be an issue. You're counting them, but they're not really due to caries, right? So that's one of the problems in it. Some perio indices. So this, one question I'll tell you to memorize about it in perio. So this is for gingival index. It scores, so the GI and low and someone uses this indicator. All teeth. Scoring is on a scale from 0 to 3, with 0 being normal and 3 being ulcerated tissue. So it's gingival or spontaneous bleeding. These two are periodontal indices. So the issue with them are that they combine the gingival and periodontal in each. So it doesn't separate the gingival problem from the periodontal problem. Okay? And this is another index. A lot of indexes invent all these other ways. But I want to get to this one. This one they bring a lot of questions about. So you see how I'm doing? Back here, I was kind of moving quick. I'm telling you this is not that important. Read it once. Here, I'm going to go into details. Okay? This one. So PSR, periodontal screening and recording. PSR detects periodontal disease and determines if a comprehensive periodontal examination and charting is indicated. So what does that mean? PSR is basically a quick way to evaluate the gums. And from the PSR, you determine you really need to do a full periodontal exam. So it's an exam to tell you if you need to do an exam. So it's a way to measure the gums to see if you really need to do. What's the difference? If you're measuring it in the first place, why not just measure it? Well, the difference is the recording part. So here, the hygienist is really quick at it. She could tell each sextant what the PSR is, and then she'll decide, okay, we really need a comprehensive plan here, recording. So she'll measure each site, tell the number, and someone will record it. So it's more detailed. That's a comprehensive examination. In PSR, you're not doing all that. So in PSR, we're going to show you how it goes. Here's the probe. So for example, they have this black band, and this band is from 3.5 to 5.5 millimeter. So if this band is visible, that means the pocket is less than 3.5, right? If the band is partially visible, that means the pocket is between 3.5 to 5.5. If the band is covered, you can't see it, then it's more than 5.5. Based on those three things, you give a score. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And then that's the PSR score for that probing site. So it's based on this black band here, okay? Which is 3.5 to 5.5, which is the World Health Organization probe. Just out of curiosity, which one is the Williams probe?
This one.
The first one, yes, the first one. Okay, so I don't memorize all the probes, don't get me wrong. I just thought to, because you can invent any probe. If I move this dash, it's a different probe. So that's how probes are. Any little change in it, it's a new probe now. The Ahmed probe, the Hafez probe, the whatever you want to call it probe, right? Just changing some dashes. Okay, this is the one used for the PSR. So what do you do? 6 areas of each tooth are examined. So maybe in some countries they did 4, buccal, lingual, mesial-distal. Here it's 6. Buccal, lingual, mesiobuccal, mesial-distal. Sorry, mesiobuccal, mesiolingual, distal buccal, and distal lingual. Okay? So the mouth is divided into 6 sections. So let's see. Each tooth is measured in 6 areas, probed in 6 areas. Buccal, lingual, mesiobuccal, mesiolingual, distal buccal, distal lingual. Okay? Now, I'm writing this down for you, so you see what happens. But they're not actually, the hygienist is not writing this down. It's happening all quick. Okay? So 6 probing sites for each tooth. A score is given for each site from 0 to 4, based on the PSR score, based on the visibility of the band or not. So let's say I'm probing 1.7, and I determine in my head the scores are like this. This is 1.6, the scores are like that. This is 1.5, the scores are like this. This is 1.4, the scores are like this. I only need to memorize the highest score. Okay? So you divide the mouth into 6 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So posterior, this side, anterior. Posterior, that side. And then posterior lower on this side, anterior, and then posterior lower on that side. Okay, so that's how the sections is divided. Now each section is giving a score. So there's one score for each section. And that score, for example, we have 6 sections, right? So for section 1, the score is the highest score that you see in that section, which is 3. See how it works? So each section gets the highest score of the probing site in there. Which probing site has the highest score? That's the score you record. Okay, so this happens really quickly. Like you just kind of probe and go, oh, this one so far, this is the score, until I find something higher. So really, they just record this for PSR. So here's the 6 sections, and then you have 2, 2, 3. These are PSR scores. That's what gets recorded. And then you see that based on each score, there's a recommendation from the RCDSO. That here you need comprehensive examination. Here you need comprehensive examination of only the section. Here you need comprehensive examination for all the mouth. Okay? And then you could add to the score this asterisk sign or the star here, and that has a different meaning. So for example, after the session, we're going to email you a little summary of this, okay? And you're going to have this part, okay? So colored band, so for example, code 3, let's say code 3 means that the colored band, partially visible, indicating probing depth between 3.5 and 5.5. That means something in this area, maybe just one spot, has a probing depth between this and that. Okay? This is the recommendation. Now you could do comprehensive examination. Code 4, the band is not visible. This is the recommendation. And the star symbol, if you want to add it, it means there's 3 things, either furcation, recession, or mobility. You add the star. So even if it's a code 1, you can add the star. Oh, there's a lot of recession here. Okay? Code X means it's edentulous, essentially. So those are the codes. So you want to know these, and you'll see them in questions.